Mississippi State stuns ASU in week 2 at home. Starkville gets a field storming. They rush the field. What an incredible football game. What an awesome moment for Jeff Lebby and Mississippi State. You hope it's maybe a chance to turn the corner, but not what I expected at all. I had predicted ASU to win this football game. I thought it would be close, though. I did mention in my preview and prediction a couple of things that I just want to hit on here. The first thing I mentioned is that I thought Mississippi State would come out and play inspired. Last year when these two teams played in Tempe, it was a one-possession game. It was a close game all the way down to the fourth quarter. I thought Mississippi State has a lot of new faces. Starkville's not an easy place to win. The Cowbells will be going. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Jeff Lebby's going to have his guys ready to play, and they were. I mentioned the exact words of they will punch ASU in the mouth, and that's exactly what they did. However, the only difference is I thought that ASU would weather the storm, the experience of Levitt, both Arroyo and Dillingham and the coaching staff, Jordan Tyson, some of those guys would come through and they would pull a win out in a close game that was a nail-biter. It almost felt like for a second ASU was going to do exactly that, right? They go down 17-0, they storm all the way back. The inability of Arizona State to throw the football in this game is really what cost them the game. 82 yards passing. Outside of Jordan Tyson, they just could not find production through the air. Sam Levitt had 2 picks. He did not play great. Blake Shapen on the other side, that is the best performance I have seen from Blake Shapen in his entire college career. This is a guy that has played a lot of snaps in college football, and he comes out, plays an incredible game. The receiving core from Mississippi State did their thing. Big plays, explosive plays. That's what won them the football game. Their defense did what they needed to do in that secondary. The defensive line gave up 251 yards rushing, but again, it's all about bend, don't break. When you're an underdog, you're at home, you have the crowd behind you. Those explosive plays are huge. And just what a moment for Starkville and Mississippi State. I projected them to go over the 3.5 win total. They're sitting at 2-0 already. So an amazing start for their season. When you think about last year, they've already matched their win total from last year. So awesome to see that. For Arizona State, we mentioned a little bit of concern after that week 1 performance. They did not look great against NAU. The cohesion in the receiving core in that game was a little bit off and skeptical. And that carried over right into this game. So it's an uphill climb for Arizona State. I love Kenny Dillingham. I love Marcus Arroyo, but they're going to have to get it figured out. Sam Levitt looked rattled all game long. It's only going to get tougher from here, but a competitive football game, great game. This is what makes college football great, right? These kind of upsets. The line was only, I think, 6.5? I could be wrong on that. I don't remember, but the line wasn't anything crazy. So Vegas was on to something. They sniffed this one out a little bit. So if you had Mississippi State winning, props to you. I always thought there was a chance, but part of me was like, am I crazy for thinking that? Do I bet against ASU with the amount of experience and returning production they have? Well, my answer is right in front of me. I probably should have. But again, this was probably, for me, the most entertaining game of the week. I would put this at like a 8 or 9 out of 10 in terms of entertainment value. Congratulations to Mississippi State. We will see what these two teams do in terms of responding after a win like this for Mississippi State and the emotions, and a loss like this for ASU with the uphill climb they have. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.